All right, we continue back. So we want to change it. Let's just highlight this block. We go to Home, Format, and Unprotect. So actually it unprotected the sheet. Okay, now let's go back. So we don't have GST, we have the VAT. So put VAT, VAT, hit enter, it changed the VAT. So we could actually leave this as VAT, all right? And if the VAT is, we said 7, some countries VAT is 16%. Some are 15, some are 13. I think it's Guyana's 16, Malaysia is 13. Canada, we have something HST, which is 13 now. There's no PST. So these you could actually wipe out. In fact, I could, if you have a certain type of business and we need to tailor it, you can contact me and we can work out a deal, and I can tailor your package for your specific business, for your specific country. If not, you can modify it yourself. So you got the VAT. We could just, if we didn't have anything here, we can leave this blank. Just zero this out, zero that out, zero that out. So now we can actually get rid of this whole column, right? But right now, let's leave it in for now. This here now is not this. Copy this, put this at the bottom. So it's the VAT. Okay, it could be HST, whatever it is. Now the only problem you have is that in my formula I have 7%. So now in this case, if it's 16%, so you put 1, 6. Let's enter, and then you would go copy this formula and paste it all the way straight down. You can go as far as you want, but let's just leave it there. Control V, and you see it changes on 1,000, right? Sorry, on 100 at $16. Here, if we didn't want this column because we don't need this column because we don't need tax, we can just delete a whole entire column. Okay, but the problem is we had a reference to it here, so what we'll have to do is eliminate this reference. Okay, and then we copy it, paste it, copy it, just go all the way to as far as you want, paste it. Okay, if you can see it now, it just adds those two columns up. Okay, so that's how we get rid of those columns. This one here is talking about from column 12 to 5,000. We have an error. I'm just going to change this to well, just change it to 50. You can change it as far down as you want. The reason why it has the error is because I didn't change the, see at the bottom, I didn't change all these. Okay, so this is how we would actually work on changing the values. So for your tax, so we have our subtotal, all right, that's before tax. We have our VAT, all right. If you have two columns, you can keep it. You would have to do it all the way for every single month, right? Unless you have two tax, or you can just zero the second column out if you're not using it. You can just change, like for example, what I mean, zero it. Just leave these. Just mark 0 here, and copy, and paste all the way down 0. So it's not going to do nothing. Just wipe here out, wipe out, wipe out, wipe out, wipe out. We can just copy the VAT here, bring it over here, bring it here. Okay. Now, what is very interesting is that why I have this thing here, 5% remittance. Well, you see in Canada, when you're for the PST, when it existed, right now it does not exist, but I left it in case you have a situation that you get a rebate when you remit for your sales tax, because we have good GST, we had, I should say, GST, that's why we have this GST here, PST, but on the PST they gave us a 5%, we actually get 3%. We actually only have to remit 5% of it. 3% is basically like a discount, right? So the thing is, I left that column to calculate. If you don't need that column, just wipe it out, and then it's not there anymore. So you could do this all the way through. Okay, so this will accumulate your sales. All right, then let's just put in a large amount here because I want to show you what happens. Okay, so we've got this our sales. Now let's go back to the front. Okay, we're gonna have some problems here because we eliminated some of these columns over on the other side, right? But it shows us the gross sale is 10,520, which is 10,520. Now the VAT, which we have to change here, right? The VAT is going to be this amount, so this will be changed to VAT, right? These columns I eliminate, so these you can just wipe out if you don't need them, right? The problem is if you don't wipe them out, let's just zero it for now. Okay, so then you see it's got the VAT, which is 1691. Our total is 12,261. 12,261. The gross sales, this we have to change here to VAT instead of GST. Okay, total, right? Then it's going to show us the GST, which is the VAT for the year collected, is this much. Okay, so everything that you do over there will all be put onto the sheet over here. Okay, so you see what you see what I'm trying to explain. This is how your day-by-day operation will be. This sheet of entering your sales, which is the most important part. Your